And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to our second broadcast. Sorry, to our third broadcast of the night. We just wrapped up with Duckling Open Interworld Team League, and now we have returned with Hatchery Cup number 3, your monthly dose of Hatchery Cup action. Again, this is a monthly tournament. It is open to all players, to all regions. And we have our first best of 3. We have our first matchup here before us, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Golden Aura, we have our Polish Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing Storm Gaming. It is Geralt. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Blue Protoss player, representing Team F-House. Which house? I don't know. We have the Ukrainian player, the Ukrainian Protoss, the Blue Protoss. It is Roman Demolde. Let us go. Some Ukrainian on Polish action. Again, exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the bracket yourselves. The bracket is stacked full of players. We have players like Geralt, of course, like Cristiano. We have Eva sprinkled in as well. We have Nickrat alongside GG Machine and many others. So check out that bracket. We can have a bit of a gander at the brackets once we wrap up with this series. For now, we're focusing on our initial PvP matchup, the Protoss versus the Protoss. Oh boy. And for now, it's going to be a 2-gate opener. It's going to be a 2-gate opener here from Roman. Likewise, 2-gate opener out of Geralt. So nothing out of the norm. Nothing really strange or nothing really deviating too much here. No one's going for a greedy economic gate expand or anything like that. So far, we are mirroring each other. Here we go. And again, when it comes to Roman, I have yet to cast him. I've seen Roman on many a bracket, whether it's ESL Open Cups or some of these other open online tournaments as well. I've seen Roman in some of these brackets, but I've yet to really cast him myself. So I'm ready. I'm excited. I am anticipating, or I'm kind of holding my breath here to see how Roman can keep up with one of the best Protoss players in Europe. Oh boy. As Geralt is one of those heavy hitters in the online tournament scene, is very active when it comes to the online events, and very successful in them as well. So let's have a lot of success. We have a bit of a pylon here, and we trap 3 probes. Geralt with the pylon block in the middle line. 3 probes are trapped, and it looks like the pylon will complete it, will finish. Oh my god, and we have yet to really start working on the Stalkers are on the way, but that is quite a hefty blow to the economy of Roman. 3 probes are trapped for quite some time. Back across the map, Geralt is going for his expansion. Did go for a 2-gate opener initially into a Stalker Sentry. Meanwhile, the pylon also confirms the double Stalker. Now Geralt knows the 2 units here of Roman. It is going to be double Stalker. It does mean that Roman does have a unit lead. Does have an army supply lead as he's going into a Twilight Council before expand. We're going for 2 more Stalkers as well. Roman very aggressive, very committed here. Meanwhile, across the map, Geralt is expanding. Shield battery is on the way. Additional sentries as well. Remember, the sentry has been buffed. Specifically in PvP in the new patch, the sentry is built a little bit different, is a little bit stronger, a little bit tougher as well. So with these additional sentries, we should be able to hold on. I say should. We'll see if Roman can still make some magic happen here. He's expanding behind this. A delayed expansion, and this Hallucination Scout confirms that there is at least a base on the way. The tech as well. So Geralt knows it's not a 1 base all in. He also knows that we have Blink on the way from our opponents. There is no Dark Shrine, for example. So Geralt sees everything, prepares back at home, does defend. Next is about to finish. Overcharge is going to be available as well. Ooh, even Geralt being a little bit proactive here, pushing out. Will be punished though. Takes a lot of hits, but does hold. Behind this, we have a Robo in production as well. Okay, with this Robo, we can of course gain access to detection to make sure we don't die to a Dark Shrine opener, as well as get into earlier Immortal production. Roman being as active as possible. Oh, not quite picking anything off yet, but we are threatening a dive. Hallucination coming in once again. Geralt just making sure that there is saturation going on or soon to be happening here at the natural. Not cancelled. There we go. We see the transfer of workers. We do main out over towards that mineral line. And we confirm no additional gateways. There's no third, there's no fourth gateway, there's no robo. There's still a researching upgrade, and there's that safety observer on the way. There is a chance that maybe there's like a proxy pylon and like a proxy dark shrine, for example. So we have the observer, we have detection. Geralt playing very safely as we take a third. As we take a third base, likewise hallucination coming into the main, confirming Blink also on the way. Robo, as well as Robo production. So Roman is aware, but Roman is behind. Roman is behind here because of the later natural base. And we haven't really accomplished much with it. Not just that, but also the disrupted economy at the start of the game. Roman has a lot to recover from, as he's pushing out. Now, the one advantage here for Roman is that he does have a 10 Stalker count, has a Stalker lead, has Blink, of course, over his opponent, but Blink is about to finish up in 9 seconds. And Blink is now done for Geralt. He can flex his micro, flex his control. Roman does attempt to push in, but ooh, leads out a Stalker. Good pick off there by Geralt. Despite having a lower Stalker count, he does assert himself. Does shut down the army. Roman has to back up. Roman getting into his own third, later than that of his opponent. Later than that of Geralt. Let's do dance with each other. Geralt getting into his first immortal. First immortal has arrived. And Roman has to retreat once again. Meanwhile, the observer does get eyes on everything here. Geralt, he sees all, he knows all. And he's got another observer towards the left-hand side. Takes down the Stalker. And another! Geralt punishing that Blink. And he's focusing down as much as he can. Catches an observer as well. Geralt with a lot of momentum on his side. Remember, he's reinforcing with an immortal, which he has kept back at home. Never mind, we're good. Has kept it back at home, only moving out with Stalkers. Does have high ground vision, and he can dive into the main base. Roman now has his own immortal here on the low ground. But we dive into the main, we focus at the pylon, depowering two of these gateways. Hallucination slows down the army, and we blink the hell out of here. Oh! Even escaping with that one Stalker. Fourth base on the way. Honestly, like, it's just been these little wins, these small wins here and there for Geralt, in favor of Geralt. These slight advantages, they add up. They do add up over time. And once again, we go back into the main base. Roman wants to get out of position. Pylon goes down. We're going to get a second pylon as well. Up. Geralt gets away. Reinforcing back at home. Catches observer. That's the thing. Unfortunately, despite these observers from Roman, he does not have map control, so he's just been bleeding them out. He doesn't have an observer left. 0 observers here from Roman. He's trying to get a fourth base. Meanwhile, the fourth is already up and running here for Geralt. And now that supply lead, it's getting larger and larger. Getting bigger and bigger here for Geralt. And there we go. We finally move out with our entire army. With a prism as well to reinforce. The prism is exposed for a moment, but yeah, we don't punish it. Don't manage to catch it. Big warp in behind this as well. And here we go. Roman is pushing in. Oh, the Immortals. Good force fields here. We catch the Immortals of Roman, and both of them going to be going down. Where's the prism? No prism, no juggling. There's no saving those Immortals. GG, the 1G. 1G, Flappy. Geralt will take game number 1. Well played here. Geralt looking strong in that game. Again, there's a reason why he's one of the best Protoss players in all of Europe. Geralt, don't get much better than him. I mean, Cristiano is definitely comparable with him. Of course, you have players like MaxPax, players like Skillus, players like Showtime as well. But Geralt, he is a beast, and he's able to just get a lead and maintain it throughout the entire game there. Roman, it did feel like he was holding his own, but it did feel like at the same time Roman was one step behind. He was one step behind the entire game. And Geralt was able to just really cement that lead towards the end, just picking his opponent apart, leading up to that eventual push. And GG, solid game there from Geralt. Roman, though, we'll see if he can bounce back. We'll see if he has something else in store for us here in game number 2. Let's go. Let us go. As game 2 is going to be on Oceanborn. As a reminder, this is going to be a best of 3, not a best of 5, or even a best of 1. Best of 3 here in the earlier rounds. I'm also uncertain if we... Usually for a Hatchery Cup, we do actually cast both semis. Both semis and the third place match, then the finals. That's one of the unique things about Hatchery Cup, is that there is a third place match. That's something we don't often see in online tournaments, or in tournaments in general, having a bronze match. So that is something to look forward to here in Hatchery Cup. But for now, spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Oceanborn, we have our red Protoss player representing Storm Gaming. Leading the series 1-0, it is Geralt. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the Ukrainian Protoss. The blue Protoss player representing Team F House, it is Roman the Molde. Go. PvP does continue. Roman sending out his first probe, moving out across the map, and I wonder, after what happened in game 1, do we spice things up here in game number 2? Are we just going into scouts, or do we have something else in mind? Ah, it's just a scout. God damn it. It is just going to be a scout here from Roman. Geralt's not really too concerned. It doesn't send anything out across the map. Going for a 2-gate opener first, followed by a bit of a later scout from Geralt. Probe comes in, Roman just making sure that he's aware of the positioning and the placement of that second pylon. Ooh, Roman going for a gate. He's crazy. Okay, I should have taken note of the fact that we only have 1 gas geyser. That is going to be a gate expand, a very greedy build here from Roman. And Geralt, he rocks up and he will confirm, and Geralt has an option. He has a chance here to respond with an all-in. He does see the Nexus on the low ground. He knows how fast it is. And where are we going? We're going to the right-hand side for a proxy pylon. Cybercore is still about to finish up. We can go for the pylon, and this could just be for a Stargate. It could just be for a Stargate, or we could double down and go for a Robo. Cybercore is done. The depths are on the way. Pylon has been thrown down. I'm feeling Stargate here, but this is close enough where Robo is also viable as well. It could be either or. Probe goes in. Probe did confirm the second pylon placement. Roman is aware. Back at home, he's scrolling out his first Stalker. There it is. It is going to be a Stargate opener. So Geralt, he's looking to harass. He's not going all in. Geralt will expand, but as he's expanding, he's going to be harassing with the depths and harassing with oracles. It is on Roman to defend. It is on Roman to piece together what's going on. He did not scout the third pylon, so he knows that something is amiss. There we go, going for a safety Robo back at home. But no pylon in the mineral line, which means no shield battery. No shield battery in the mineral line. There is a shield battery on the low ground. The depths have arrived. We do get 1 probe. Sorry, 2 probes. 2 probes go down. Stargate is done. Oracle's on the way. And this is what I was concerned about. And again, in the main base, there's no shield battery whatsoever. There's no stalkers either. The pylon finishes, and the army's stuck outside. No shot. The pylon does complete. The depths are on the way. We can focus on the workers. We can maybe even get the sentry. There's a probe in the main. And here comes that Oracle. And depths, they rock up. They distract the army. They keep the attention here on the natural base. Probes are going down. And the main is vulnerable. There's nothing here. And not even probes as they're going down one after the other. And there it is, a GG. Geralt just pulling Roman apart, punishing his greed. And Geralt will take the series 2-0. GG. GG, well played. Geralt will take the series in the end, 2-0, advancing on into the next round. My condolences to Roman, but again, he did go up against one of the favored players for the entire tournament. Geralt is Again, a beast, one to be a force to be reckoned with here, and does take the 2-0, does advance on into the next round. And the question becomes, what's next? What is next here? Exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the bracket yourselves. To have our bracket available here, we can go over some of these updates and try to figure out where we want to go. From the top, we have Mike versus Naji in the very first round. Winner goes up against Cristiano in the upper half of the bracket, followed by Rostock as Rostock took down Nazov in that first round, gets a 2-0. Rostock, of course, the Ukrainian Protoss player, is waiting in round number 3. And most likely waiting for Cristiano. Again, Cristiano, he has been on fire as of late. And Cristiano is another one of those favorite players to make a deep run, to make it into the finals, and maybe even further than that. Scrolling down, we have Shameless versus Irka. Shameless is another big Protoss player in the tournaments that I'm going to be keeping my eye on. Shameless is, of course, mid-series. Winner goes up against either Eba or Starlight. I do see Eba at a game, so I'm curious if they did wrap up. I am curious here. Curious if they wrapped up or not. So we'll try to get an update on that. We also have Geralt, of course, advancing on into round number 3, waiting for either GG Machine or Dr. Graf. Oh boy. As both Dr. Graf and GG Machine, they're currently mid-series, I will try to catch the winner of that versus Geralt. That's going to be my plan, at least here on the stream. And scrolling down, we have Nikrak taking down Mr. Les. Art takes down Nanian. And we have Nikrak versus Art in round 3. That is a solid series. That is a Terran versus Protoss if I've ever seen one. Nikrak, of course, has been improving quite a lot as of late. Art is more of an old-school player. But we'll see. We'll see how that series does unfold. Wish them both the best of luck. So we're kind of getting these matches underway. And I'm just trying to figure out if we have an update on Eba versus Starlight. But for the most part, we have to chill. We have to chill, we have to wait. Again, we're most likely going to be waiting for GG Machine and Dr. Graf, and we'll just be following them into Geralt. That's the most likely what we're going to be focusing on. Otherwise, we could maybe try to catch some of the other upper bracket matches. I do see that Nikrak and Art is available. Nikrak and Art, they are available, but at the same time, I do want to try to keep things a little bit structured and focus on this portion of the bracket, at least initially, before we work our way towards those semifinals. And I did mention earlier that, hold on, I should maybe try to, there we go. Try to move this around. You can't quite see it here on the brackets, but there is also a third place match. I mentioned before there is a bronze match as well, so after we cast the semifinals, then it's going to be the bronze match, which is down here. Oh, you can barely see it. You can see it. It says third place match. You can barely see it down there, but we're going to be covering that first, and then the grand finals thereafter. Here we go. For now, though, I think we're just going to be going on a short break. Waiting for some players to wrap up. I think GG Machine just finished. Yeah, there we go. We have an update. GG Machine just took down just took down Dr. Graf 2-0. And up next, we have GG Machine versus Geralt. See you soon. See you soon as we get ready with our vetoes in our lobby. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Whew. Again, I did announce our next series here. It's going to be a PvZ between Geralt and GG Machine. Welcome back to the Hatchery Cup number 13 against our monthly dose of Hatchery Cup action. And we're just jumping right into our best of 3. We're here. We've made it to the quarterfinals, to the round of 8, and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Golden Aura, we have our green Zerg player representing 3D Clan. It is GG Machine. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the Polish Protoss player, the red Protoss representing Storm Gaming. It is Geralt. Coming into this, Geralt still going to be the heavy favorite. Can anyone stop him? Can anyone bring him down before he makes it to the grand finals? We are here to find out. GG Machine, of course, he's an up-and-coming player in the European region, is quite young as well, and there's a lot of promise. There's a lot of promise in GG Machine, but again, despite all the potential that he has, can he bring it to the table here and now against Geralt of all players? We've seen GG Machine beat players like Hearthstone, for example, which is impressive and all. At the same time, again, I do rate Geralt that much higher, that much stronger. We'll see. See how they do compare to each other. We'll see how they compare. And again, I hope everyone in the chat has been enjoying themselves. I know that we had to turn the stream off after WTL, so we did lose a lot of viewership there. But regardless, I do hope that you are enjoying nonetheless. I know that EPT Spring is currently ongoing as well, but again, we got plenty more StarCraft to be had. Plenty of StarCraft. Plenty. And for now, it's a gate expand. Gate expand from our Polish Protoss player. It's going to be that gate expand to the Cyber Core. Likewise, GG Machine forced to take the unnatural natural as well. A little bit more of an uncomfortable start, but overall, should be okay. We should be able to settle into our openers and settle into our game. We can see Geralt being a little bit annoying, tasing away at that drone, but we do manage to keep it alive. We can see Geralt coming back in. Oh, he wants it! Oh, doesn't go for it, though. Whew. Doesn't. Oh, God! He wants up! He's thinking about it. Does manage to get a couple of hits in. Forces out a second probe off the... second drone off the mineral line. Probe will escape. Keeping tabs here on the third base, and it will back off. And Geralt being a bit of a menace in that mineral line, but does retreat. And GG Machine joining up behind us. It's just happily joining on up behind this. Investing into his Lings. It's going to be a Stargate opener here from Geralt. It should be Stargate into Oracle. We have seen Geralt mix things up in the past, but for the most part, he is a little bit more standard in his play in this matchup. Usually a little bit more reliant here on standard play. Adept into Oracle, into a third base, into Blink Stalkers is more of what I mean. So we have our first 2 Adepts moving out. Again, 2 Adepts do one-shot drones, so this is our first kind of big test for GG Machine. The Adept harass has begun. And there's that Oracle behind it. They try to force their way in. Lings are in position. So far, so good. And the Lings are forced back. Go retreating. Ling speed kicks in. And GG Machine trying to hunt down those Adepts, but won't be able to catch them. Does not find them. They do escape. The Adepts escape. Oracle comes in. Second Oracle behind this, leading into a third base. As we have the third on the way, Lings they do arrive just in time. The probe goes down. We force to cancel the pylon. We delay the third. And we force back the Adepts. Good start here from GG Machine. Meanwhile, the Oracle busts into the main. We get 1, we get 2, we get 3. 3 drones fall. Good pickups. Meanwhile, the Ling's a little bit too late, but can we force that cancel? Not quite. Can't cancel that base. We can shut down at least 1 Adept, though. We shouldn't be able to get the other, though. Yeah, so Ling's have to back up. Getting a probe. Oracle races back home, but the second Oracle does get across the map, getting another 3 drones. Getting a 4th worker as well. 7 drones in total. Nicely done here by GG Machine. Lings get across the map, but we have Adepts in position. Geralt does defend. GG Machine punished for not getting a spore. There we go, spore now on the way, at least at the natural. And behind this, Geralt is working towards his Forge and Twilight Council +1 and Blink. Working on that next step. He's working on it. Oracle turning back around. Oh, not quite busting to the mineral line. Get the revelation off. Likewise, things they get across the map as well. They do get a surround on a Stalker. Not bad. We do pick off one of those Stalkers. Oh, we do bleed out a lot of these Lings, though. Oh, as they are left under the Oracle. Yeah, a little bit inattentive there by GG Machine. Bit of a mistake. Bleeding out extra Lings. And now we have the follow-up. With +1 and Blink on the horizon, Geralt can now push out. He can finally break free. Up until now, he's only been harassing, but now we can move out with our army. Clearing up some creep. Forcing GG Machine back. We can see GG Machine skipping his Roach War and going into Hydras. Okay. Going into a Hydra den here. So Ling Hydra on the way from GG Machine. Meanwhile, we can see Geralt going for a very gateway heavy composition. There's no Robotech, no Immortals, no rush into Colossus. We have a 4th base on the way. We have not taken all of our gases here. Only 1 gas at the 3rd, 1 gas at the natural. It's going to be Blink Stalkers into, I imagine, Chargelets and Archons. And there's that gateway explosion. 5 gates on the way. It's going to be 10 gateways in total. Ling Rambai gets across the map. Ooh, Geralt not quite in position. We do get the Overlord, but back across the map. How do we defend this base? We get it working. We're okay. That's themselves warping in. We get a decent surround here. I'd say shade into the mineral line. It looks like, oh, the Lings are forced back. Geralt, he does defend. Does manage to defend. Decent positioning here from Geralt as well. He does have Blink. We catch 2 Stalkers. Bit of a misstep there by Geralt. But he does deny mining here for a moment. GG Machine is running up. Getting up to 4 base saturation, getting into his Ling Hydra. With the Revelation, we do confirm the composition as well. And with this infestation bit on the way, this leads us, or this shows us that, of course, GG Machine is working towards Hive. Working towards Hive tech. That's going to be giving access to Lurkers alongside Vipers as well. So GG Machine working towards a longer game. Towards a later game. And now, so is Geralt. You catch some of these Stalkers. Oh, we get 1. The Oracle as well. That we get an Oracle, we get 2 Stalkers. Behind this, 2 Robots are done. The base on the way. This is going to be for double Colossus production. Ling Hydra can do quite well against a gateway-based army, but here come the Colossi, and that's just going to be able to shut this down and force out the Lurkers. Speaking of, here come those Lurkers as well. Lurker Den is done. Zelda being shut down on the right-hand side, going for another warp in. Geralt's getting ready with his Oracle towards the main. I should say we have an Oracle outside the main base. Zealots outside the 4th. Stalkers pushing in. And we get the Revelation. We see everything in the main. Still no Spore, by the way. We get eyes on the Hive, the Infestation bit, and the Lurker Den as well. Geralt is fully aware of what's going on. Geralt, he's fully aware of the Lurker tech. And how do we respond? Right now we need Colossus. More than anything, that's a lot of Hydras. There we go. Colossi are on the way, 2 at a time. Zealot Rambai comes in. Getting a drone. Only really getting a worker, but upon seeing all this tech and the Hive and the Lurker Den, I imagine we're going to be getting into Immortal production, but we'll see. Again, Immortal Archon definitely has a place against Lurkers. Ooh, as we get a stasis wrap off in the natural. Once again, no Spore in position. Massive stasis goes off. And there it is. Immortals are now on the way. First, we have like our base count of Colossus, just to be the backbone of the army. But then Immortals are going to be required. Templar Archives is going to be for Archons, for Storm. We're not transitioning into Skytoss yet. Again, if we try to take up into Skytoss too soon, then we're left exposed. We're left with our pants down. Lurkers are in position. How many Lurkers do we have? Ooh, big spine just go up. 12 Lurkers are in position. Oh. Catch some of the Hydras. Oh, and a Lurker as well. Not bad. Geralt losing anything. At the same time, behind this, the counterattack does not get much done. Reinforcements will clean it up. Good defense there by GG Machine. Interesting. Geralt not getting into Immortals. He's working towards Disruptors instead. Okay. He's moving towards the left-hand side. Threatening that 5th. At the same time, Zelzay push towards the 4th. Yeah, Spine Coolers are cancelled. Lings, they come back to defend. And we dive on top of the Hatchery. Hatchery goes down. Big pick up. Ooh, barely is sniped. Did cost us 2 Stalkers, but that is worth it for Geralt. Takes down a base. GG Machine not in position in time. It took a little bit too long to rotate over. Did take a little bit too long there. We have our Vipers, but they need a little bit more energy. More Lurkers on the way. And there it is. There's the Skytoss. Now we have the Fleet Beacon and triple Stargate. That's a lot of Stargate. Oh, and we're working towards Tempest. Okay. Tempests are on the way. Tectonic Destabilizers, +1 air attack. Storm is almost done. +3 is almost done. Geralt has got most of the upgrades he needs, but we have a Nidus towards the north, and Geralt doesn't respond. Takes down a lot of Lings. Nova goes off as well. Ooh, big connections. How many was that? 5 Lurkers going down in total. At the same time, though, we have a massive Nidus Swarm here with a big Lurker counterattack. 18 Lurkers in total. We have 8 pushing towards the left. We have 10 here outside the 5th. And the base is going to go down. The cannons and shield batteries, they don't help at all. Meanwhile, we get a couple of feedbacks going. 1 Colossus falls. We do hold on to the 3rd, but I can't say the same about the 5th. Yeah, big snipe here from GG Machine. And a Nidus into the main. This time, Geralt's ready. This time, he is ready for it. Does shut down the Nidus. Geralt has to rebuild. Now, thankfully, Geralt has a bank. Like, again, Geralt has been quite efficient with his overall trades. Hasn't lost too much, has been catching a lot of Lurkers. Geralt is still maxed out. Another Nidus in that main base. GG Machine pushing in. Nervous from behind. Big connections here. Storm as well on the Hydras, on the Lurkers. Nidus Swarm does finish in the main. Geralt late to react. At the same time, we're pushing in towards the 3rd base. That's going to be a kill on the Nexus. 3rd base goes down. This main base is a little bit less successful. We can maybe pick up the tech. Templar Archives falls. Big pick up. The Disruptors. Bit of miscontrol out of Geralt. His attention being spread thin here. Making mistakes. Disruptors get thrown away. We yoink in the Colossus. We focus down with the Corruptors. As GG Machine is transitioning into Corruptor. Not quite Broodlord yet. But Corruptors have arrived. More Lurkers rocking up. They barely reinforce. We take down the Immortal, and GG Machine is pulling it off. He's doing it. Does have to escape. Does have to evacuate. Ooh. Leads out a lot here. Again, Geralt, he lost his Templar Archives, he lost his robot production, lost his 3rd base. Still has a decent economy with his 5th. And he does maintain his Tempest at least. Looking at the unit slow stab here. The Corruptors killed the Colossi, but they did not kill any Skytoss units. That's a lot of Tempest. And now we're getting into carriers. Like, Geralt, he still has a Skytoss army. Thankfully, GG Machine has things that shoot up. We have a Spire, we have Corruptors, we have +1 air attack. I believe there is no Greater Spire. Yeah, no Greater Spire yet. Just focusing on Corruptor, Hydra Lurker. And Viper as well. Catch out the Zealots. Lurker finishes in the main, but they're in 10% position. We should clean this up. Corruptors, oh, they do get caught out. One Corruptor goes down, but we're going for the carriers. Yeah, who catches who? The carrier. One carrier goes down, second carrier as well. Very nicely done. Now we're going for the Tempest. And where are the Archons? Where are the Storms? We need more time. Yeah, not enough NG. High Templar goes down as well. And GG Machine, he has done it. GG gets called. The Machine breaks Geralt here in game number 1. GG. Oh my god. GG, well played. Initially, Geralt was doing well. Initially, Geralt, he was keeping up with the movement. He was keeping up with the Nidus Worms. But eventually, some of the Nidus Worms started finishing. And the moment that GG Machine started getting momentum here was the Nidus Worm finishing behind the 5th base. Remember, top left, behind the mineral line at the 5th base, behind the wall of cannons and shield batteries. That was the moment when the Lurkers came out. We killed a base. And as Geralt was repositioning to try to deal with that, we also moved in towards the left-hand side. We killed the 3rd base. Nidus finished in the main. Just constant non-stop Nidus Worms there from GG Machine. Constant aggression. And he never really allowed Geralt to push out. I mean, sure, there was some Zealot run-bys, but if you remember, we were always in position for that. Whether it was spine crawlers or reinforcements, the Zealots were being cleaned up. They didn't really find any economic damage. And GG Machine had a solid mid to late game there. Very well done. Earlier on, Geralt had a little bit more going for him with his Oracle Harass and with his Adept Harass. I would say that the early game was in favor of Geralt, but then things did swing in favor of GG Machine, and with that, GG. Now we're getting into game number 2, and spawning in the top left-hand corner, down in this series, we have the Polish Protoss player, the red Protoss, representing Sidestorm Gaming. It is Geralt. Bearing in mind that Geralt is favored here to go for a deep run, but is struggling because in the bottom right-hand corner we have the green Zerg player representing 3D Clan, leading the series 1-0. It is GG Machine. Let's go. Vappy. Pro block does come in. Does end up forcing the unnatural. Natural once again, 2 games in a row here for GG Machine. But again, I'm sure very well practiced in this position. And we'll see if Geralt can try to punish this. Once again, Geralt isn't really too much of an aggressive player. I expect another Stargate opener. I expect, +1 Blink Stalkers with a 3rd base. That's kind of the player that Geralt is. We'll keep an eye on him to see if he does spice things up. So Geralt, he's just going for his Gate Expand into Cybercore. Soon to be going for his Stargate. So nothing too wild happening. Again, more often than not, ZVP early game is pretty bland. It's more often than not, it's just like the same thing. Stargate opener, we get into our openers, we expand up to 3 bases before things really deviate. I say for the most part because, again, Twilight Councils are not unheard of. Twilight Council openers are very much so common, especially depending on the player. Hero, Classic, a lot of the Korean Protoss players, even players like Christianer, they mix it up, Firefly as well. But Geralt isn't really that kind of player. So I'm expecting a Stargate. Oh, never mind. Okay, Papi. Geralt defying expectations here. Is mixing it up in game number 2. This time is not a Stargate. We're going for a Twilight Council. Now with this, it could be Glaive Adepts, it could be Dark Templar. We have options. And even if it's Glaives, there are different variations of Glaive Adepts as well. So my eyes are on Geralt. How do we whip this out? What do you have for us? For now, staying in gas. He has not pulled out. Usually if this is Glaive Adepts, you pull out 1 and 1. But we're staying 3 and 3. We're staying with 6 workers mining gas. This feels like DTs. Dark Templar. does look like Dark Templar. Back at home, we are keeping up, droning. We have a handful of Lings to keep up with the shades of the initial Adept. The Adept does pull back. Twilight Council's done. And do we go for that? Do we go for that Dark Shrine, or do we go for something different? Show us the Dark Shrine. Oh, there it is. There's that Dark Shrine now on the way. So DT opener here out of Geralt, working towards some Archon harass thereafter. Should be seeing a War Prism on the way. Third base is being taken. Now this is not an all-in. Bear that in mind. This is not an all-in. This is a way to get some economic damage done and get ahead. This is a way to just get ahead in the economy. Lings have arrived. They apply pressure to the wall. Third base is delayed. Lings, they knock on that wall once again. Not quite committing. 4-minute Roach Warren here from GG Machine. Very safe timing here with the Roach Warren. Will finish up in time. Overlord dips into the main base. We get eyes on the gateway. And we get eyes on the Prism as well. Nice scouts. And we should even get eyes here on the Dark Shrine. We see everything. So, GG Machine, he confirms everything that Geralt is up to. Is supply blocked, but there it is. We have Spores on the way. Spore at the third. Spore at the natural. Spore in the main base. GG Machine was supply blocked for a moment, but is breaking free. Massing up Lings. Dark Templar being morphed in. And we make our way towards the natural. Queens are in position. And we can focus one queen down. We know we cannot. Queen does survive. At the same time, Adepts, they shade in. They do get a couple of drones. Not bad. 3, 4 drones go down. 4 drones for 3 Adepts. It's okay. It's okay. It's an okay trade. Not ideal. Prism is rotating back around. Queens are in position. Ling's going for a counterattack, and do we have anything to defend back at home? We do have a couple of DTs on the way, and we should hold. Does finish in time to defend. Adept shades back in. We get another 2 drones. Not bad. That's going to be 4 Adepts for 6 drones and 22 Lings. Not a bad trade here so far. And now that the Dark Templar harass has subsided, now we're getting into Archons. The Archon drop has arrived. Clearing up some creep, going for the Overlord. Ooh, we pick up a Queen. Nice pickup. It's a high energy Queen as well. Bit of a misstep there from GG Machine. Archon's getting towards that main. Behind this, we have +1. We have Blink. Disruptors on the way. Getting ready for the Roach counterattack. And speaking of, Roaches have arrived, but Geralt doing a good job here, just keeping GG Machine busy. Just keeping him busy, keeping him on the back foot. GG Machine rushing into an infestation pit. Interesting choice. With that pit, we do gain access to the Hive, to Viper production. And Vipers against a robo-heavy composition is going to be ideal. Sure, we have Disruptors, but that's what the Vipers are going to be for. Okay. Here we go. So Geralt does slip in with his DTs. Oh, no detection in position, by the way. This base is going to go down. Oh, that is brutal. Yeah, there's no saving this hatchery. It will fall. Queens are busy trying to keep up with the War Prism. They cannot transfuse. Hatchery goes down. The Prism is deflected, but Geralt doesn't lose anything here. He escapes with the Dark Templar, and he escapes with the War Prism as well. as we even squeeze out some extra value here, getting 5, 6 drones, 7 drone kills. Oh my god. An insane amount of economic damage done here by that single DT. Behind this, we get into a 4th base. Disruptors are amassing as we speak. Lurker production or Lurker gen is on the way, but Geralt is pushing. Geralt is going to be the first to push. But a big shout out to Miguelito, papi. A big shout out to Miguelito in the chat. Vindicta, I hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session. I did see you going live earlier. Thank you so much for the raid. Much love, papi, much love. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing good. As welcome everyone, welcome to the Hatchery Cup. There is some Terran representation, so do not worry if you're a Terran fan out there. We do have Nickrat in the tournament. Nickrat is currently up against Art as we speak, but we dip one forward. Oh! We're just going for the Archons. We do pick off one. Good juggling there by Geralt. Does save the other. As how do we push into Disruptors? We don't. Nova's just zoning GG Machine away. That's going to be a kill, not a cancel on the Hatchery. We focus down the would-be detection. And Geralt can keep pushing. From here, he can keep on moving forward. We have Vipers coming out. Can we yoink? Can we abduct? Oh! Good connection with the Nova once again. Reinforcements on the way. Again, we're so reliant on these Vipers to abduct those Disruptors. But even then, there are so many Stalkers, so many Archons. We deny the 4th for a 2nd time. For a 3rd time even. And Geralt just has so much momentum going his way. Here come the yoink. We misclick. No! We yoinked the Stalker. We get one Disruptor, but it looks like there are just too many Stalkers here. There's too much Protoss. Another Nova goes off. We do punish the Archon at least. As Geralt did back up. Did expose his Archon. Oh no. But here come the reinforcements. Zealots from the left-hand side. Stalkers on the right. We catch the Queens. Roach is busy with the Zealots. Exposes every single Queen here. And they're going down. And once again, we have plenty of Disruptors to zone away. We just force a GG Machine back. Nova connects. Zealots from behind. We get a full surround. Boys are being pulled, but it's too little too late. And Geralt is looking to force that ace match. He's looking to force game number 3. GG Machine may have looked good when he got into Lurker attack, but again, before the Lurkers could really get going, Geralt, he just had so much more control of this game. His DT opener more than paid for itself. The Dark Templar, the Archon harass, it was brutal. There it goes off. Another cancel. Again, GG Machine, he just cannot expand. Not anymore. Not ever. Not against Geralt. Oh, the Vipers! No! They do move forward. One Viper going to be going down. The 2nd Viper as well. And this should be the final push. Nova grazes the Hydras. Geralt doesn't quite commit yet. Honestly, he can aim it. With all these Zealots, with all these Stalkers, he can just move in. There's not really much protecting these Hydras, but Geralt playing it safe. Waiting for his Disruptors. As we're cleaning up almost every single Roach. We have 3 Lurkers on the way. And we don't have detection, by the way. Okay. But Geralt's maxed out. Geralt's maxed out. There's only so much Lurkers can do. We have detection? We do not. No observer. Uh-oh. Stargates are on the way. No, as they shut down 3 would-be Lurkers. Good connection on the frontal Lurkers as well. First 2. What's a little bit concerning to me, there's still no observer. There we go. 1 observer's on the way. Without them, GG Machine is barely holding on. But honestly, we could just bypass the Lurkers at this point. Otherwise, another Lurker goes down. Here we go, the Prism into the main. We have an army towards the left. We have the main force towards the right. GG Machine trying to hold on. And even without detection, we take down another lurker. Massive storms here on the base. Oh my god, the mineral line goes down the base as well. Novas connect. And we're coping a little bit here. The storms once again. The High Templar going ham on this army. We do take the High Templar down, but GG Machine is down to 2 bases. And GG gets called. Geralt ties up the series 1-1. We're going to that ace match. GG. GG, well played. We do have the ace match on the way. We tie things up 1-1. Again, Geralt's not going down without a fight. He is favored here in this series. Favored to maybe even take the entire tournament. And we're getting ready for game 3. Let's go. Oh my god, and game 3 is going to be on Ghost River of all maps. Aye. Ghost River, a very small map in the map pool, known for its aggression, known for how small the map is, how short the rush distance is as well. We'll see. We'll see how both Geralt and GG Machine approach this. See how they do approach. Meanwhile, we have some other games underway. Okay, we have Shameless versus Eva. Let's go. You have Shameless versus Eva currently ongoing. We have Christiana versus Rostock, and of course our series, Geralt versus GG Machine. Three series underway. Still yet to determine who is our top 4. We have our answer here. We just got an update. Oh, my condolences here to Eva as Shameless takes down Eva 2-0. Shameless advancing on also to those semifinals. And we may have, and yeah, we're all just coming together here. Casters are coming together. It looks like Hatsu was casting Shameless versus Eva. And it looks like we're going to be following this series into Nickeract. As Nickeract takes down R 2-0. Nickeract was the first to make it to the semifinals, so we will have a Terran player after this series. And I do know that a lot of Terran viewers did come in with the Miguelito raid. So I hope you're all doing well. We got you. As Nickeract is lying in wait for the winner of this series. And this also means that with Eva going down, there's one Zerg player left. GG Machine. GG Machine is the last Zerg player in the entire tournament. It's outside of GG Machine, it's only Protoss, and of course Nickeract as the lone Terran. So there's one Terran and one Zerg player. Unfortunately, they're also in the same half of the bracket, so they have to knock each other out. But even in saying that, Geralt is still coming in as a heavy hitter. But a shout out to GG Machine forcing that ace match. Can he cause an upset? Will Geralt not even make it to the semis? We're here to find out. Looks like our players asked for a break for a moment there, but we have our players ready. You can hear the beeps. We're loading into Ghost River. Let's go. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Ghost River, we have our Polish Protoss player, the red Protoss, representing Psystorm Gaming. It is Geralt. Tying things up 1-1 and spawning in the top right-hand corner, going for a 15-15. Going for a slightly faster hatchery here to make sure he does not get blocked. We have the green Zerg player representing 3D Clan. It is GG Machine. Here we go. I say Smooge. I should correct myself. It was a 15 hatch, by the way, but because of the rush distance by ground, it doesn't even matter. The probe gets here in time, and GG Machine has to take the unnatural natural, despite an opener that was supposed to get him that base up and running a little bit faster. So a little bit of a rough start here for our Zerg player. There's that 15 spawning pool on the way, followed by our gases. We'll see how much we delay our gas geysers here in the main, as we are settling in. We go. Behind this, we do see Geralt going for a gate expand. Going up for that expansion. Across the map, Geralt just being a bit of an annoyance, keeping tabs here on his opponents, forcing some inefficient mining as well. He's forcing some inefficiency. Even tasing away at the drone. Oh, leave it alone. Drone does survive. Geralt threatening another dive, doesn't commit. Not yet. Does not commit. Pulls back behind this, getting into our natural base setup. And once again, a Twilight Council opener. Now, this makes sense. In the intro and leading into this game, we spoke about how Ghost River is known for its aggression. Small map, short rush distance, linear base expansion pattern as well. There's just so much here that lends to aggression, and for Geralt to go for a Twilight Council makes sense, and I would not put it past him to go into Glaive Adepts. But we'll see, because we have State and Gas. It could just be another DT opener. We saw it once before, and honestly, Geralt was looking very comfortable last game. Very comfortable. And there it is. Twilight Council finishes. Robo's on the way. We have not pulled out of gas. It looks like, once again, a Dark Shrine opener. Once again, it's going to be those DTs. Adept shading in. That's going to be an Evo chamber here from GG Machine. We're rushing into +1 melee, by the way. If this was Glaives, that would favor Geralt. But it is not going to be Glaives. There it is. There's that Dark Shrine being thrown down as we speak. And who do I favor here? I mean, yes, on the one hand, GG Machine has a fast +1 melee timing, and he can go for a Bailey Nest behind this as well. But, and speaking of, there's that Bailey Nest, so this should be a Bane Bust. This should be a Bane Bust from GG Machine. But if we get a couple of Archons back at home, and Geralt will have access to those Archons, I want to favor him here. But we'll see. We'll see how this all plays out. Prism is on the way. Lings applying some pressure. They go for the Stalker, but there are Adepts behind it to defend. And here comes that War Prism. Moving out across the map. Bailey Nest is finishing up. And GG Machine is pushing. Now, what's important here is that he's droning. GG Machine, he is making a wave of drones. He is not going for a Bane Bust. He's not going for an all-in. Safety Spores are on the way. We have to first defend against that Warp Prism. And the Lings are out of position. We're going for the Warp in. What do we see? Nothing! Oh god. That is brutal. We don't spot the Warp in. We go straight for the natural. Spore Crawler is going to be going down. At the same time, though, we do force a cancel on the base. Third base is denied. That's a kill on the Spore. And is that a kill in the hatchery? It looks like it's going to be. I mean, the Spore is repositioning. Making its way towards... never mind. Is forced back. There we go. Spore repositioning towards that natural. We go for the Prism. DT is dropped. Spore comes back to the main. We have a dance here between our units. We do catch the first DT. But what about the natural? As we have 3 more Dark Temple on the way. Even with Transfuse, it's not enough. The base goes down. Big pick off. Now, to be fair, Geralt is still on 2 bases as well, but this does hurt GG Machine that much more. Now we're going for a big counterattack. GG Machine making sure that Geralt does not expand. At least he's trying to. Bases on the way. Lings right. These are +1 melee Lings, by the way. That is a cancel on the Nexus. Good pick up. And we can go back in again. Archon's on the way. Lings, they get eyes on this. We're going for the Adept, so we're going for the Archon. The Prism should save it. Oh no! There's no room! Oh, the Archon barely is lifted. Barely gets picked up. But that's a kill, not a cancel. A kill on the Nexus. Not bad. That is 400 minerals down the drain, by the way, and suddenly we have a back and forth, but the army is still terrifying. The Archon did survive. What do we have to defend? Roach Warren just started. Oh, no Roach Warren, no Roaches, only Ling Queen. There it is, 13 Banelings are on the way. Spine Crawlers are being thrown down. We need those Spine Crawlers to survive. GG Machine is in trouble. And even though GG Machine did kill a base, Geralt is still ahead. He's on 54 probes. Supply blocks GG Machine as well. But Geralt doesn't push. He comes back home. He's harassing with Archons, but he does turn back around. So GG Machine has the opportunity to drone, but he hasn't been droning too much at all. Uh-oh. He made a lot of Lings. GG Machine, he was so focused on defending against the push, and to be fair, I don't blame him. The army was there. But he overinvested. He made a lot of Lings, he made a lot of Banelings, units that he isn't really making full use of. And all these Lings here, they could have been drones. They could have been workers. So the question becomes, do we go for a 2-base all-in? Do we just go all-in from here? GG Machine, supply blocked once again. Archons, they escape. The supply block is brutal here for our Zerg player. And he's made his choice, he's droning. He's got 14 drones on the way. We are not going for an all-in. And to be fair, like, how do we all-in against this? I mean, look, Jesus. We have 3 Archons, 2 Disruptors, an Immortal, shield batteries, overcharge. I think the best chance when it comes to doubling down on an army is maybe GG Machine, instead of droning, massing up Ling Ravager specifically and waiting for Geralt to push into it. And just catching the army on GG Machine's side of the map instead of pushing into this. But regardless, GG Machine is droned. Now we have the Ravagers on the way. And Geralt, he's just chilling. He's not even pushing, to be fair. He's not even moving out. Chilling back at home. Colossus is on the way. 4th base as well. War Prism still harassing across the map, looking for another Overlord if at all possible, or even drones. And Geralt is looking comfortable. It's very comfortable. Overlay. Oh, my apologies. I'll fix the overlay. I didn't even notice. Sorry, I thought it was fixed. My apologies here. But thank you for noticing. We'll fix that up. Ha. Just in time for the push. Ahí están, papi. Thank you so much. We'll fix that up. Ooh, the Prism does go down. Good pickup. Prism does fall. Geralt building up towards multiple Colossi, Disruptors, Archons. GG Machine, he has an army to work with. A couple of Ravagers. There we go. More Ravagers on the way. 4th base is going to be denied. We force a cancel. Again, there's only one 4th base option, so GG Machine, he has to turn back around. He has to deal with this DT. As we get a kill on the drone. And then our Templar does manage to waddle away. No shot. Unfortunately, there's no Overlord speed. Without Overlord speed, we're having a hard time keeping up. The DT will escape. GG Machine about to max out. Is about to max out. That's a little high tempo. There's no Storm. Storm is halfway done. Without Storm, do we have a chance? Does GG Machine have a chance to push in? Ooh, big Nova on the right-hand side. Takes down Roaches, takes down Banelings. Another Nova here towards the left. Massive connection on the army. And with that, GG Machine, his army is crumbling. Yeah, the Purification Nova is a little bit too good. The army itself a little bit too good as well from the side of Geralt. And he's shutting this down. GG Machine, he knows he doesn't really have much longevity in this game, so he's trying to force the issue, trying to force his way in. But Storm is now done. And we cannot break through. Now we get the Infestation Pits. It's a little bit late here for our Zerg player. It's on the way. Flanking Novas go up. Ooh. Big connection on the Ravagers. We did focus down at least one Disruptor, but that was still worth it for Geralt. As Geralt has a booming economy, GG Machine does not. Geralt, he can afford these losses. Getting run by, does get across the map. Oh. Distracting the army. Oh, the wall's not a wall. Lings take it in. Wall is not a wall. One probe goes down. We have Banelings being morphed in as well. GG Machine doing everything he can to try to bounce back in this game. But the problem is the main army. Like, how do we deal with this? Disruptor, Colossus, and Storm, and Archons as well. Every form of splash damage. Alongside Immortals and Stalkers. Banelings crash in. And this is going to be the final stand here. For GG Machine. Does force out some Storms. Does take down some Disruptors. Not the worst start, but yeah, there's only so much he can do. Fourth base is going to go down. Zealot run by, dealing with some of those Banelings. Forcing some detonations. Prism getting into the main. Now there's definitely less Banelings to work with. And honestly, Geralt can keep pushing. Ling Rumbai is going to force some defensive warp-ins. We do catch some High Templar, not bad. Banelings, oh, they crash into Stalkers. Brutal trade there for GG Machine. Leading out Banelings. Zealots, they catch some morphing in Banelings as well. They are shut down. And Geralt just taking it slow and steady. Slow and steady at this point. There's no rush. The reality is that there's no rush to push into the natural. There's no rush to push into the third. Denying the fourth is Geralt's win condition, as he's on 5 bases. Run by is gonna get some damage done. Meanwhile, fourth, that's a kill, not a cancel. Army's out of position, and we're going for the third. And we've just been picking GG Machine apart. Not like this. Nova goes off. Big connection. Storms as well. GG Machine desperately going for a Ling run by. He's going to get a base. True, but GG gets caught. It's just too much to handle. Geralt will take the series 2-1, advancing on to the semi-finals. And that is the final Zerg player eliminated from Hatchery Cup. GG. I know it's called the Hatchery Cup, but when are we changing the name to the Nexus Cup? You know, when are we when is it happening? GG, well played. Congratulations to Geralt as he does advance on. And let's have a look at the bracket here. Who's left in the tournament? Where are we headed? Where are we going? Okay, we have our semifinals. We have Geralt versus Nickrat in the lower semis, and we have Christianer versus Shameless in the upper semifinals. Okay, 3 Protoss and 1 Terran. Nickrat can... Well, really, the pressure is on Nickrat here. Can he stop the PvP finals? Can he stop them, or are they inevitable? We need to find out. Here to find out, we're going to be following Geralt into his semifinals, into Nicaract. Let's go. Meanwhile, I believe Shameless versus Cristiano has already begun. I believe that series has already begun. So we have a small break. We're going to be going on a short break here. And when we return, we will have our first semifinals of the night. Our first semifinals. As a reminder, there is also a bronze match. There's a third place match as well. So after Geralt versus Nicaract, we're going to be casting the loser of both semifinals to find out who's third and fourth place, and then the grand finals thereafter. So we have a couple of matches up ahead of us. We have a good amount of matches left. Until then, we're going to be going on a short break. When we return, we will have our semis. See you soon. See you soon, Papi. See you. Take this moment, hydrate your hydras, stretch your roaches, massage your marines, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes with our Terran versus Protoss. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Ooh, hope you enjoyed that break. Hope you enjoyed that brutal OST as we have returned with the first semifinals of the night of Hatchery Cup number 13, your monthly dose of Hatchery Cup action. Here we go. We have our final Terran player, because spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have our red Terran representing the Platinum Heroes, the last non-Protoss hope. Can he stop the PvP finals? It is Nicaract. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Polish Protoss player, the blue Protoss, representing Storm Gaming. It is Geralt. Here we go. And if you're in the chat, semifinals. If you're in the chat, predictions will soon be open. Place your bets on how you believe this series will unfold. Will it go one way or the other? Geralt. There we go. Geralt or Nicaract. Bam. Best of 3. Predictions are open. For the next couple of seconds, the next minutes of play, you have some time to place your bets on who you believe advances onto the grand finals. Will be our Terran or a Protoss. Up to you to decide. Best of luck. Best of luck. Hold on. Predictions open. Beautiful. And so now we're getting into our openers. It is going to be an economic opener here from Nicaract, going for a Rax expand. Ooh, but we do have Geralt being an annoyance here on the low ground, delaying that expansion for as long as he can. We're already at 450, 470 minerals there before the base gets thrown down. So a nice delay from Geralt. Did disrupt the opener here of Nicaract by a couple of seconds. As, again, it is still an economic build here from Nicaract. Meanwhile, Geralt across the map going for a gate expand into gate Cybercore expand here from our Protoss player. Going back in, does avoid that Reaper, and now we're going for the SCVs. We're going for the workers. Once again, trying to disrupt the opener here. Trying to delay. There's a second SCV on the low ground. We do defend. We do not get our base delayed any longer. And Reaper gets across the map. Now it's on Nicaract to get some damage done. Chipping away those workers. Does catch one probe, not bad. One probe goes down. Reaper does manage to escape. Getting a second probe as well. Very nicely done. And as we're getting some damage done here, as the Reaper takes a lot of hits and should focus on getting the hell out of here, we do have, second adept. Reaper gets shut down. Our tech of choice has yet to be revealed, but we have a third CC on the way. That should be a 3 CC into 3 Rax here from Nicaract. There it is. There's a second Rax on the way, and we should be seeing a third Rax thereafter. A very greedy build. We saw Björn do this earlier today. Was it Björn? Yeah, it was. We did see Björn do this earlier today. It has become quite a trendy build in Terran versus Protoss, so for those that are curious, it is a very greedy build here, and we'll see if Geralt can punish it. So far, so good. He has control of the low ground. Adepts and Zealot. We do delay mining here in that mineral line. We focus down one of the SCVs. Marines turn back around. Boys are being pulled. Another worker goes down. That's going to be 3 SCVs falling here and 3 Marines. There's a 4th SCV as well. But Geralt backs up. And behind this, how many gateways is the question? We have 1 gateway in the main. Looking at his vision, Geralt, he doesn't know how greedy we've been. 3rd CC is almost done. We have a 3rd Rax, as we did mention, on the way. Again, 3 CC into 3 Rax. We're cutting a lot of corners. Now, if Geralt had thrown down additional gateways, then Nicaract would be in trouble. The reason why he would be in trouble is because there's no factory. No factory, no bunkers, no tanks, no nothing. Purely Marine here to defend. I mean, there is a bunker on the low ground, but Geralt here responds with the gold. Oh my god. He's crazy. It's going to be 2-gate blink into an expand, but the expand is a gold base here for Geralt, so he meets greed with greed. Geralt, he also confirms the Marine counts, also confirms no other production, no Hellion, no Widowmine. Geralt should be aware that it's either a 2-1-1 setup or a 3rd CC with 3 racks. Or even just a 3 racks. So Geralt, he has pieces together. And yeah, I mean, this is a good answer. To be fair, it is a good answer here to Nickrak's build. Behind this, going for a Bay, getting ready for Colossus production. Very important here to rush into splash damage. The reason why is because we have a lot of bio. We're going to have a lot of Marines and a lot of Marauders to work with. This bio push is going to hit like a truck, but if we have one Colossus, even one Colossus to defend, the bio army melts. The Marines, they melt before the Colossus. Even with these Marauders as well, it's going to be difficult to really break through. So again, a good response here by Geralt. This 2-gate blink into a third, into Colossus production. First Colossus is on the way. As Nickrak expands, Geralt does confirm the third base timing. He's aware of how greedy Nickrak has been. Now he has confirmation. And with that, he should also confirm the 3 Raxes as well. Now it's going to be about defending the push. As Geralt is saturating this gold, the push is coming. Looking at our units tab here, we have 14 Marines and 7 Marauders. That's a hefty army. We need that Colossus. The Colossus is on the way, and if we were taking a third base here, we would be able to defend in time, but this gold is so exposed, it's so far out in the open. Nickrak doesn't scout. Uh-oh. He doesn't know.
Upgrade
He misses
complete.
it. No, he doesn't check the third base, doesn't check the gold. Doesn't know. Goes for a dive. The Colossus gets caught out. Big catch here. Colossus does fall. Yeah, Geralt's overextending there. And with that, he's in a lot of trouble. We dive on the fourth. We focus it down. We force a cancel. But at least Geralt does save the base. As Nickrak doesn't know it's there. If he did, he could have gone for it. Now, regardless, as Nickrak gets completely cleaned up, he did force a cancel on the fourth, and he did kill a Colossus. That was not a bad trade. I feel like Nickrak wanted more, and he would have gone more if only he had known. Again, a big reason why he didn't know about this gold is because he did not take control of the Xel'Naga. Geralt had the Xel'Naga, not Nickrak. I mean, even then, I don't think it's enough to see, to be fair, but Geralt, he did have here the high ground vision, was in position as well. With that, yeah, Nickrak, he's getting ready back at home with bunkers. The production, Colossus are amassing. And I'm concerned that Nickrak thinks this is the third. He does see this probe isn't a tell. He's mining through the mineral patches here. Nickrak, he may think he's further ahead than he is. And if that's the case, he's going to be more passive. If he knew about this space, we'd be seeing some drop play. We'd be seeing some drops here on the left-hand side. We'd be seeing drops on the right. From both angles, pushing in. Pulling Geralt apart. Forcing him to split up his Colossus and split up his units. Speaking of, that's why Geralt is throwing down pylons. He's trying to make sure he gets eyes on any kind of drop play. Yeah, we have a wall of vision here from Geralt. And Nickrak, he's chilling back at home. Getting ready for his, for CC. 2-2 is on the way. Behind this, Geralt getting into double robot production, into double Colossus. And things are getting interesting. Nickrak loaned his mining. Now, at least Nickrak, he's able to keep up or maintain his better economy with his fourth. And mules. Now, you can see here, Nickrak had the better economy, but is swinging back in favor of Geralt. At least for a moment until this fourth base gets up and running. Fifth is on the way. For our Protoss player, shield batteries in position. We have the overcharge. Oh, this is a very Marauder heavy drop. Jesus. That is... I mean, in general, going for a Marauder heavy composition. Ghost production has commenced. Vikings as well. We have 2 starports, plus 1 ship weapons. For those Colossi. Scan misses the army. We do get eyes on both robos. Disruptors are on the way. As Nickrak rotates towards the center, he will take control of the Xel'Naga. Geralt sees the army. Good blink. Up. As the Stalker still goes down, but Geralt going for the dive. Good force fields. We catch. What is that? 2, 3, 4 immortals. 3 immortals go down. The 4th does escape. Nickrak does get away. Was a nice catch for Geralt. But I'm sure he was hoping for more. German Observer just on the main army. Geralt ready for a Zealot run by taking us double expanding. Oh my god. Getting a 6th and a 7th Nexus at the same time. Jesus. Geralt, calm down. But I mean, he was drowning in money here, going for a 3rd Robo as well. Dark Shrines on the way, 2 double forge upgrades. And we may as well just start working towards like a fleet beacon and a Stargate. If this is where we're headed. For now though, here comes the main army. Okay, Nikrat is pushing. Here we go. Does catch a Stalker. The Zelnaga does put the Disruptor as well. Never goes up. We catch a Disruptor. Big pickup. And Nikrat, he knows what the army is. Should be where the movement of Geralt. Otherwise, why would there be a Disruptor there? Zelnaga comes in. Does focus on a couple of SCVs. Big cleanup. Another Zelnaga on the right hand side. Never goes up. Quick reaction at Nikrat. He does split in time. Geralt's coming in from an awkward angle. Yeah, we get eyes on the gold base. We're going to be able to shut it down. Probes are falling as well. Geralt's out of position. Nova goes off. Does not connect either. And Nikrat, he can keep pushing. Again, Geralt, he's zoned away from his own bases. Another Disruptor goes down. Shield batteries, they do not help at all. And Geralt, he's racing back home. He's caught outside of his bases. Another Nexus falls. We're trying to set up a surround. Big EMPs on the Disruptors. Colossi going down one after the other as all the armies overstimmed. But the Novas, it looks like they finally will connect. We can clean this up. But really, it's the Protoss army getting cleaned up. We turn back around, we focus everything down, and Nikrat snowballs out of control. GG gets called. Nikrat takes game number 1. Whew. GG. Again, it was crazy for Geralt to move out the way that he did. Remember, his Disruptor saw the main army, and it took him far too long to turn back around. I feel like in that position, when Geralt was stuck on the left-hand side, I feel like a recall. I feel like a recall was like the only answer there for Geralt, as he was stuck trying to walk back home, but he was stuck outside his gold, stuck outside his 3rd base, stuck down the ramp as well. He just couldn't keep up. Geralt could not keep up with the movement there of Nikrat. Caught with his pants down. And without a recall, like, the Protoss army just can't get in a good position there. Not from that moment. And yeah, Geralt is just one step behind. Nikrat snowballing out of control. GG, well played. And Nikrat takes the first game. Very nicely done. Nikrat does take the first game, and now we're getting into game number 2. Again, because Geralt was caught out, he had no shield batteries, no overcharge to support him, he had no high ground to his advantage, no concave either. Like, there's so much that Nikrat had over him because of that move out, and now we find ourselves in game number 2, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Ghost River, we have the red Protoss player from Lena, Poland, representing Sidestorm Gaming. Down in this series, can he fight back? Can he force the ace match? It is Geralt. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the blue Terran player representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Nikrat. Here we go. Nikrat up in this series. Onomas, one more is all he needs to take this in the end, to shut Geralt down, and to make his way into the finals. Like, that's gonna be insane. That's gonna be crazy. Can he go the distance? As it looks like, once again, Nikrat is going for a Rax Expand, staying on one Gas Geyser. Probe Scout is coming in. And Geralt might be able to delay the CC once again. Yeah, he does spot both SCVs. Moves down to the low ground. The probe takes a lot of damage though. Yeah, and the CC will not be disturbed. So very nice handling of the situation there from Nickrack. If you remember last game, it was delayed by a couple of seconds because of the probe. This time, it's up and running, safe and sound. Probe threatens to come back in, but the Reaper is on the way. Probe moves back around. SCV Scout confirms the gate cyber expand here from Geralt. And the Reaper even ignores this probe. We're moving out across the map, we're looking for some economic damage once again. Nickrack, he has a Marine to defend. And Nickrack is looking solid. Is looking solid here. Reaper does get into the mineral line. Oh, the boys are being pulled. One probe goes down already. Not the best start for Geralt. One probe does fall. Adept trying to zone Nickrack back. Trying to catch him. But alas, there is no surround, the Reaper will escape. And it's the same build. That is a third CC before second racks. Before the factory, it's going to be 3 CC into 3 racks. Same build, 2 games in a row. I mean, it worked wonders in game 1. Now, I'm concerned here in game number 2. And the reason why is the map is small and aggression is favored. If Geralt does go for a 4-gate blink build, then Nickrack is going to be in trouble. There's a second Rax on the way. We should be seeing a third Rax soon after. Again, relying on mass bio. There's that third Rax. There's no factories. There's no tank production. We're going for a Dark Shrine? Interesting. Okay. Reaper Scout is denied, and ooh, we do get eyes on the Twilight Council. Glaives is revealed here, only to as a fake out, by the way. Nickrack being fed false information. This looks like a blink-based opener when really it's anything but. Okay, now what's interesting here is that on the one hand, triple orbital means triple mules, right? It's like if we get the orbital morphed in, we should be morphing it in soon. There it is, it's on the way. We're going to have a lot of energy for scans, specifically. But because of how greedy Nickrack is being right now, he's muling. He's muling as quickly as possible. We have safety turrets on the way. How does he know? Did he scout? I think he rescouted. I missed it just then, but I think we did dive in once again. We did get eyes on the fact that there is no researching building or no researching upgrade. Safety turrets on the way. Insane read here at a Nickrack. Again, I think he was able to dip back in and saw there was nothing there. No research, I mean. Blink starts up. DT is going to be warped in. But the Adepts confirm the turret. Upon scouting this, Geralt shouldn't go for any DT harass. And we're going for a third. So Geralt, he's transitioning into a third base. The third base, it's a bit of a wonky transition here because we invested so heavily here into this other form of tech. Blink is late as a result. Third base is late as a result. Nickrack's in a better position. Straight up. Terran play here is in a better position. Geralt can't really apply much pressure. Blink's still not done. There we go. Blink does finish up, and we could try to make use of it here, pushing in towards a natural. Nickrack does push forward. God, once again amassing a lot of Marauders, very similar to the last game. Bay's on the way after the third. That's going to be for Colossus production, but here comes the army. Stim and just now finishing up. We got some shell starting as well. We scan, we get eyes on the third. And Nickrack, he wants it. Now, so far, good movement out of Geralt. He's slowing down the army, forces a stim on at least half of these forces. That's still a lot of Marauders. DTs are waddling in. Now is the time. Dark Templar, they do waddle in towards that natural base. Detection is there, but what about the army? Meanwhile, across the map, oh, we get into the third, and probes are going down. So much economic damage done. At the same time, DTs in both the main base and the natural. SCVs are falling. That's going to be a kill on the third. And back at home, How many SCVs? 13. An even trade. 13 for 13, but we also killed a Nexus. Nickrak's in a better position. Nickrak can make 13 workers at, sorry, you make 3 workers at a time. Oh, as I say that, another 3 SCVs full. More DTs on the way. Turret is not done. And here we go, Geralt from behind. The DTs, they will manage to escape one of them at least. And this army is so heavily overstimmed, and finally the medevacs arrive. We can sustain ourselves. Can sustain ourselves as Geralt just keeps warping in more Dark Templar, trying to rebuild his third. But Nickrak is still in a better position. We can see here that Geralt did have an economic lead, but now going back in favor of Nickrak. Back in favor of the Blue Terran. And now we have medevacs, which means we have drop play. We have drops available. The Observer does spot the move out. We can see the Stalkers rotating, keeping up with that movement here of Nickrak. Running into the main army, there is one Colossus in position, shield battery as well, and an overcharge. You catch 2 Stalkers, a 3rd Stalker as well. Nickrak has to be careful. We do have a flanking disruptor on the right hand side. Oh, coming back to the main army. Geralt being cheeky does go for the Nova, and it does not connect. Big snipe there from Nickrak. Does focus the disruptor down. Barely does get it. And Geralt's in trouble. Does not quite catch the medevacs. Nickrak stimming back. Reinforcements still not keeping up. Up. Go for another stim. Gonna bait out that Nova. We do bling on forward. We've shut down one of those medevacs, but the full medevacs do escape. We do manage to stim away, boost away. As the reinforcing Stalkers, they take down a full medevac. Good pick off. And Nickrak, he's trapped. Does get away. Meanwhile, here comes the main army. Where are the bunkers? Without bunkers, we're vulnerable. We're exposed. Geralt, he's going for the kill. Boys are being pulled. And most of the army is not here. Yeah, the drop down coming in from behind. 23 SCVs went down. And we're diving on that Colossus, but we're not going to be able to get it. Geralt barely breaking through. He's looking to force that ace match. This is a very close game. But with the power of 2 Colossi, Geralt, he maintains his position. Third base is up and running. He's up 20 probes. Up 20 workers here. Nickrak, he's hurting. Again, his job was punish hard. To lose so many units. To not be ready for that counterattack. Yeah, now Geralt, he's going for the kill. GG gets called, and Geralt ties up the series 1-1. Whew. We're going to the ace match. We're going all the way to game number 3. Let's go. Let us go. We are going the distance here. Meanwhile, we have some other updates. Cristiano takes down Shameless 2-0. And Cristiano, he is awaiting in the grand finals for his next opponent for either Geralt or Nickrak. Who's it going to be? We're here to find out. Likewise, Shameless is waiting in the 3rd place match. Shameless also waiting in that 3rd place match for the loser of this series. Where will we go? Oh. We're good. Both players may have made some lobbies. Aye. It's all good. It's that awkward moment where both Geralt and Nickrak made their own lobbies, and now it's like, who do we join? What's going on? Shuffling everyone around. Ah, we're good, we're good. Game 3 on Amphion. Okay. You don't see this map too often. This is probably one of the more vetoed maps in the map pool. But I'm happy to see Amphion for the first time today. Like, we've casted a lot of StarCraft tonight with Sea Duckling Open and World Team League, and this is the first time we're seeing Amphion tonight. I almost forgot what it looked like. I almost forgot. We're diving in. Let's go. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have our red Terran player, the Terran Hope, the non-Protoss Hope left in the tournament, representing Platinum Heroes. It is Nicaract. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the Polish Protoss player, the blue Protoss representing Snowstorm Gaming. It is Geralt. Here we go. Vámonos, papi, vámonos. We are settling into our ace match. It all ends here. It all ends on Amphion. Looks like, do we see the same build 3 games in a row? Nicaract, he's gone for the 3cc into 3 racks 2 games in a row so far. And to be fair, it wasn't the build that cost him that last game. Like, Nicaract was doing well. Remember, he was able to kill a 3rd base. He was able to cripple the economy. It was an Arch Templar. It was the DTs that we had a hard time dealing with. They did a surprising amount of damage, and in the aftermath as well, Nicaract moved out with some drops and he was caught out. He was caught out in the center of the map, he was shut down, and things very quickly escalated out of control. We'll see if Nicaract can get a better handle on things here in the mid-game, depending on what Geralt is up to. Once again, Economic Opener, it is a Rax Expand out of Nicaract, going for the CC on the low ground. A probe is here to delay, and we do delay it for a couple of seconds, but ooh, that is a kill! That should not have happened. That is dangerous. The probe is killed, and what does that mean? That means that Geralt cannot scout the follow-up. He's going to have a little bit less vision to work with here as the probe goes down, and we should be going for another 3rd CC, but we'll see. We'll see what Nicaract is up to. Safety bunker on the way. Behind this gate, cyber expands from Geralt, working towards warp gate. And again, we've had the same build game after game after game. What do you have for us, Nicaract, as the Reaper is moving out? The Reaper cliff is blocked off. Reaper pulls back. It's going to be a Twilight Council opener here from Geralt, and what do you have for us? It's a 3rd CC. Same build of 3 games in a row. It's a 3rd CC before 2nd racks. It's going to be 3 CC, 3 racks here. Now, the scary thing for Nicaract is he's becoming predictable. He is becoming predictable, and Geralt, with this Twilight Council opener, how many gateways? How many gateways are we going to be working with? Is this where we double down on additional gateways? Or not? Blink is on the way, as to be expected. I'm going to say that it was DT's last game. A bit of shade in. We commit to the shade. Boys are being pulled. Reaper goes down. We do manage to get 1 SCV for 1 SCV. Not bad. And a Reaper. Ah, 4 an Adept. I didn't notice the Adept did go down. It's a rough loss there for Geralt. Trading 1 for 1, not ideal. There is that 3-rack setup here in the main base, going for the eBay. And Geralt is going for a 2-gate, it looks to be 2-gate Blink into a 3rd. It looks like another Economic Opener out of Geralt. Now, to be fair, you can't really be too aggressive here with Blink Stalkers on this map. Like, I was talking about, like, yo, do we throw down, like, a 3rd and a 4th gateway? Like, how? How do we be aggressive with Blink Stalkers? Like, even pushing towards the left-hand side, because of the terrain, we have to blink once over the walls here on the left-hand side to get across the map to then blink into the main. But even then, because of this gap, you actually can't blink into the main base from this location. Likewise, here this cliff is very narrow, very defendable as well to blink into the natural, not even into the main. Yeah, this map just isn't good for 4-gate blink, so 2-gate blink into a third. Economic build, Nickrack is safe back at home. This is a pretty good map for 3cc. This is pretty good. And once again, Nickrack getting into his mass Marauder. Once again, Marauders are on the way. Now, on the flip side, because of the terrain, because of how defendable the natural is, trying to break down this third, like, the third is so close. It's right next to the natural compared to Ghost River, for example, where the third is more exposed. Nickrack goes to the scan, gets eyes on the third base, gets eyes on the gateways. We have 3 gateways at the moment, working on a 4th. Colossi are on the way. I'm curious to see what this move out accomplishes, if anything. Again, I just don't really see us breaking this third base the way that we did on Ghost River. Observer also scouts the move out, does get eyes on all the Marauders, and gets eyes on the third CC. Starport's on the way. Here comes the move outs, and Geralt should be getting ready back at home. Yeah, you can see him repositioning his Colossus. Stalker spots the main army. How much do we have to work with? 4 Stalkers for now. We should be having some warp-ins. There we go. We have some slow lots here to defend. We have an overcharge as well. With this overcharge, we should be okay. As long as you don't move out with the Colossus, as long as you don't overextend, Geralt should hold. It's going to be on Nickrack to try to drag the Colossus out of position. Nickrack did spot the pylon. Goes for the stim. Does focus on the pylon. Good force field here from Geralt. Locks down the army. Takes down some Marauders. And we defend. Just like that. Geralt, he has defended. He deflects the main army. Forces it all the way back. How much did we lose? 3 Marauders. Oof. That's a lot of gas. 3 Marauders. Can we get a 4th? Up. We can. A 4th Marauder goes down. Almost a 5th. And here comes the counterattack, and now Nickrack is in a lot of trouble. Could we push in? I mean, we do have 2 medevacs on the way. 2nd starport already here for Nickrack. Oh my god, that's going to be a lot of Vikings. 2nd starport on the way as we're getting into our 3rd. Geralt backs off. Again, he has no reinforcements here. It's only 2 Colossus and 2 Stalkers. But again, just really good handling of the situation there from Geralt. As he's getting into his own 4th. 4th base on the way. Army is amassing. And Geralt behind this working towards 2nd Robo, Templar Archives as well. Archons potentially Storm. Nickrack does have the supply lead, but he still has to respect this army. Has to take care. No bunkers, bear that in mind. No bunkers in position. Scan reveals the army. He sees the rocks being knocked down. He knows. He knows that we're coming. He has a concave. Geralt rotating around towards the right-hand side. Nickrack does spot this. Getting in position. The prioritization of the Vikings is actually really good here for Nickrack. But the Prism slips in. Uh-oh. War Prism into the main. Zealots towards the natural. And here comes the main army. Good concave here from Nickrack. He will shut this down. There's no breaking this 3rd base, but what about the counterattack? Going for another warp in. Zealots are shut down. More reinforcements on the way. And the Prism is going to get cleaned up. The Zealots, though, they clean up the reinforcements. Prism goes down. Army comes back home. Zealots get cleaned up. Good defense here by Nicaract. And Geralt has to retreat. Does have to retreat. How many Vikings do we have? 8. Did I say 8? 9 Vikings here for Nicaract. He has enough. He can push out. Now, the one thing he has to be wary of, disruptors. Geralt being very cavalier with these disruptors. Observer goes down. Nova goes up. Up. Takes down one Marauder. That was 2 Novas as well. Massive storm. Storms the main army. 2 disruptors get caught out. Another disruptor as well. Good pickoffs here from Nicaract. Another storm zones him away. We have 1 storm left. They both get thrown down. And we defend. But it costs us everything. It costs us most of the disruptors. The Colossi. Oh, the Vikings get thrown away. That is, I'm not so sure about. We just threw away 6 Vikings. Gonna throw away the final one as well. We're dropping across the map. Colossi are in production. We would have needed those Vikings. As we're getting back into Colossus production. Nicaract, the job gets cleaned up. Reinforcements on the way. CranKy does still maintain quite a bit of momentum. Shuts down some of these Zealots. Drop once again towards the left-hand side as well. Geralt getting pulled apart here, having a hard time keeping up. And not enough Blink Stalkers, not enough anti-air. The drop gets away. 4th base being thrown down as we speak. We get 8 probe kills. Can we get the base? Nice EMP on those Zealots. Nova goes up. Ooh, bit of friendly fire. Drop towards the right-hand side. Disruptor's not in position. Drop towards the main. Once again, depowering one of the Robos. The Colossi are out, but they know where they need to be. We have control of the main base. And Geralt, he cannot keep up. We force a recall. Colossi putting in some work. Dropping the natural. Reinforcements on the way. Yeah, and Nicaract, he's snowballing out of control. Despite losing all those Vikings, he still has enough. As I say that, not to push up this ramp though. Nicaract has to respect the army. Backing up. These drops though. More than making up for that. So we're going for the main Nexus. It will be targeted down. That's a kill on the Nexus. Meanwhile on the right hand side, that's going to be a kill on the 5th. So we need a couple more hits. 5th base goes down. And Geralt, he's down to 3 bases left. And the 3rd is not even mining. There we go, going back, resaturating that base. And finally, things are going to calm down. As we don't quite catch the Metamax. But the game is calming down a little bit here for Geralt, but Nicaract, his macro. That's what's important here. Nicaract, he's already remaxed, already at 200 supply. And Geralt, he's getting caught out. We collapse on the army. Catch an Archon. Nova goes off. Decent Nova. Storms as well, but Geralt, we're running out of splash damage. We're running out of steam. Another Colossus falls. We're down to 2. No more Storms, no more High Templar. 1 Disruptor. The Colossi, they're putting in a lot of work. There it goes up. We have a lot of supply here in these medevacs. Disruptor from the left-hand side. It's not going to be enough. Good target firing here from Nicaract. Focuses down the Colossi, the Disruptors over and over again. GG gets called, and the dream is alive as Nicaract advances on to the grand finals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Congratulations here to Nicaract. Every single game going for 3 CC into 3 racks. But again, I feel like it was very safe to pull that off here on Amphion. It was very difficult to try to punish, to try to go for a more aggressive build. Instead, Geralt, he embraced a longer game, and Nicaract was a little bit more tempered in the other game here. You saw him pull back a little bit more and not commit as hard, at least until he really got the ball rolling. Until he got his 3rd base up and running. And GG. Very well played. Very well played here by Nicaract. Congratulations. does advance on, and now we're getting ready for our bronze match. We have 2 series left. Exclamation mark B in the chat. As I have to pay out those predictions. Beautiful. Exclamation mark B in the chat. You can see here we have our 2 finalists. It's going to be Christiana versus Nicaract in those grand finals. But as a reminder, as I double check the team of Shameless, as a reminder, we have the bronze match. The 3rd place match here, it's going to be Geralt going up against Shameless in a PvP. Again, there is a monetary disparity between 3rd and 4th place. So, well, there is a difference there in prize money. So there is some money on the line here for both Geralt and Shameless in this next series. Here we go. But again, a really big shout out to Nicaract. He's such a fast player as well. He's so aggressive, so in the face of Geralt that entire series. Makes for a fun, like a really entertaining performance, but also like a really cutthroat one as well, right? Like one slip up, one mess up, and if he loses like 2 medivacs full of units, then that could be game. It's very much so momentum based. Very much so. For now, we're going to be going on a short break. We're going to be going on a short break here, waiting for our players to conduct their vetoes, and then we're going to be diving into Shameless versus Geralt in that PvP. Until then, take this moment, get some water, take a break, get some snacks, stretch, posture check. Oh, posture check in the chat as well. And we'll see you guys soon for our next series. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. We have a change of plans. My apologies here. Sorry, I was used to going for the bronze place match first, but no. The bronze place match is happening at the same time. We are casting the finals first instead. Or I mean, we're casting the finals. Best of luck to both Geralt and Shameless. That series is happening at the same time as this one. So best of luck to Geralt and Shameless. We instead are focusing on the grand finals. And if you are in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets for who you believe is going to be this month's Hatchery Cup champion. Best of luck. I do not envy you. It's going to be a difficult one. Both of these players have been on fire these past couple of months. They've both been improving so much. Predictions open. Finals time. Let's go. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Oceanborn, we have our red Polish Protoss player representing Starlight Twinkle. It is Christiana. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Terran player representing Platinum Heroes. It is Nicaract. But again, place your bets on who you believe is going to be able to take this. Again, best of luck with your predictions as we're settling into our Terran versus Protoss. Once again, back-to-back. Nicaract barely taking down Geralt, but Christiana is a pretty similar player to Geralt here. I would not be surprised if we have a back and forth, right? Also, bearing in mind, Christiana was watching. Cristiano, he was watching that last series. He was watching Nickeract and Geralt duke it out, so he should be aware of the build. There it is. Racks expand. And is Nickeract going to do it again? Is this his go-to? Does he have the one build to rely on? Do we have another 3cc into 3 racks? I mean, to be fair, why not whip it out until it can be stopped? Why not? As the first Reaper is pushing out across the map. Cristiano getting ready back at home. Fully walling up on the right-hand side. And the Adept is on the way. We go. As the Reaper does make its way in. And that's a Robo Opener. Okay, interesting. I mean, we're already spicing things up. Reaper gets zoned away by the Adept. And quickly winding things back. Okay, so it's going to be a Robo-based opener here out of Cristiano. With this, we can go into very fast Colossus production. It's a very safe way to play, very safe build. Nickeract does confirm. I'm sure Nickeract is maybe kicking himself because Nickeract did not go for a 3cc build. He's going for a 1-1-1. Oh boy. So with this 1-1-1 opener, we're going to be able to get into faster medevac production. Initial Hellions on the way to scouts. And there is that Bay from Cristiano. So again, this is a very defensive build here from Cristiano. And are we skipping the Immortal? We are. Cristiano cutting some corners. But again, with a Robo Opener, we can rush into fast Colossus. And that is going to be able to defend against any kind of bio-aggression, like 3 racks, for example. Straight up 3 racks, or even 3cc 3 racks as well. A very secure way to play it. Meanwhile, Nickeract, he's getting into his 1-on-1, Viking production, Cyclones, getting ready for everything. Now, going for the Viking, going for the Cyclone, this is designed to shut down War Prism Harass. Speaking of, the War Prism is on the way. So it's going to be War Prism first, followed by, I imagine, the Colossus. There it is, Colossus in production. Tank is being prioritized. Hellion into tank. Sorry, Cyclone into tank. Did we make the Hellion? We did not. Oh, it's killed. We did. So Hellion, Cyclone into tank production. Observer does confirm, not the production yet, but does see the Cyclone. Observer gets called out, but with this we should be aware of the 1-1-1. As we did get eyes on the Viking and the Cyclone earlier. So Cristiano's fully aware. As we go for another tech lab, we're getting into Banshee. We spoke about this. We're going for a 2-base all-in. It is going to be a very fast tank push with the boys. Some of the army has been spotted. The SCVs have not been seen. But the scouts, we get eyes on the workers, the tanks, everything gets seen. Very nicely done here by Cristiano. And he's coming in with his prism. He needs to catch the army, and he does. Yeah, a couple of swipes off on the Marines, on the SCVs as well. Immortals on the way, Stalkers getting in position. We're going for the Cyclone. Cyclone goes down. Rough stuff for Nickeract. Viking is zoning away that War Prism. Tank is sieging up. We dive on the tank. The Prism, is saved. The Colossus as well, and we just shut Nickeract down. GG. Cristiano takes game number 1. GG. Again, it was a cheeky build there from Nickeract, but Cristiano was so active with that Adept, so persistent with it, and Cristiano, he barely got the scout off, confirmed what was going on, and he shut it down. We spoke about it. Robo-based openers with Colossi, they are quite defensive. With that early Colossus, it's so difficult to break through, it's so difficult to be aggressive if you get scouted. And a solid defense there from Cristiano. Very well done. Very well done. Cristiano takes game 1, and now we're getting to game number 2 on a much larger map on Alkion. And I expect Nickeract to approach this differently. I'm fully expecting 3cc here. But we'll see. We shall see. We'll see if Nickeract meets those expectations or if he does deviate away. Here we go, we're getting into game number 2, and spawning in the top right hand corner of Alkione, we have our red Polish Protoss player representing Starlight Twinkle. Leading the series 1-0, it is Cristiano. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponent, we have the blue Terran player representing the Platinum Heroes. Down in this series, but it's a best of 5, plenty of opportunity to bounce back. It is Nickeract. Here we go. Here we go as Nickeract is going for his initial opener. He's going for his racks on that high ground, single gas for the time being. Again, I expect to see a Rax expand into a 3rd CC, just because of how large this map is, just because of how long the rush distance is, how defendable our 3-way setup is, into a 4th as well. There's a reason why we see a lot of late game on this map. But we'll see. We'll see if Nickeract tries to catch Cristiano off guard. Again, there's a big difference between Geralt and Cristiano. Geralt did spice things up in his series. Remember, the game that he won, he went for a DT opener. But Cristiano is a little more chaotic. Gate expand out of Cristiano. As we saw, he's willing to go for Robo openers, Twilight Council into DT, heavy commitment into Blink Stalkers. Cristiano can be a little bit more unpredictable. As the probe is forced back, Nickeract does expand. Again, it's an economic build here. It's a single gas opener. And we'll see if we work towards... Never mind, not a 3rd CC. We're going for another 1-1-1 setup. Factories on the way. Okay. Alright, Nickeract, I see you. So a much more aggressive build. And again, like, I was talking about how Cristiano is a very different kind of player compared to Geralt. And we can see that Nickeract, it looks like he doesn't feel comfortable going for these greedy builds. He doesn't feel comfortable doing the same thing he did against Geralt. And I don't blame him, just because of Cristiano's reputation. So instead, Nickeract, he's relying a little more on these faster factories, into these more aggressive builds overall. Behind this is a Twilight Council opener, Reaper trying to get a scout off. Cristiano does not scout, does not see. The Reaper is denied. And it looks like we can not quite get a probe. Good control out of Cristiano. Zones the Reaper away, and yep, there we go. Straight up 1-1-1. We have the Tech Lab on the way. This could be another Banshee-based opener. With this Tech Lab, we're poised to go for an add-on swap. If it is an add-on swap, we can work towards Banshees. Banshees have been a little bit trendy as of late, and we even saw Banshees in Game 1. As Reaper Scout is still denied, a Blink is on the way. But the question becomes, how many gateways? How aggressive is Cristiano going to be? I imagine just 2 gate Blink into a 3rd. But we'll see. There's a Robo on the way. There's the add-on swap, and it looks like we are indeed going into Banshees. We spoke about it. Has been very trendy as of late. Rushing into Cloak Banshees. Adept gets shut down. We get eyes on the Hellions, so we're aware of the more aggressive build. It's 4-gate Blink. Let's go. 4 gateways on the way. 3 on the way, 1 already done. So 4-gate Blink out of Cristiano. He fully walls off at the natural. Hellions, they do arrive, but there's no way in. Now, I say 4-gate Blink. I think our plan here is to cancel one of these gateways. And it is, but we have a 4th gateway in the main. Okay, interesting here. Cristiano kind of feeding Nickeract some false information. As there's a cancel on the gateway, we do force back the Hellions, but we have a backup gate on the way, so this is going to be 4-gate Blink. Now, what's scary is that Nickeract is also pushing. He's doubling down. It's going to be a 3-1-1 setup. Early tanks, early Banshees. Detection is going to be required. We do have the Robo for an Observer, but we'll see if we invest. We should have an Observer after the Prism. Yep, there it is. Observer's on the way. The Hellions keeping tabs on the army. Stalkers are moving out. As the Stalkers move out, the Hellions can move in. We are in position. Banshee gets into the main base. is revealed. 3 probes go down. And Cristiano's going for a counterattack. He does come across another one of these Banshees, but we have Cloak. The Hellion runbait gets completely denied. We can shut this down. Every Hellion goes down. But we still have Banshees being active. We have 2 Banshees outside of the main. We did waste a lot of energy with that Cloak. Did take a little bit too long to uncloak there. What do we have? We have 2 bunkers on the low ground. We have a tank on the low ground as well. Tank in the main base, bunker in the main base. Nickrat, he is ready for this. He's heavily fortified. Ready for the 4-gate blink. This main is still looking a little bit more exposed. Where are we headed? We're going for both. This I'm not so sure about. Yeah, Banshees are zoned away. We do get 4 probe kills. Going for another big warp in. We go for the tank. Tank barely goes down. Viking getting some free hits off on that Prism. And it looks like the Prism will fall. Bit of miscontrol there from Cristiano. He did miss a shot. He did miss a volley. And with the death of that War Prism, that is the death of this push. Yeah, there's no pushing into this. There's 2 bunkers on the low ground. Nickrat holds. And Cristiano's in a rough position. Now, the reason why this 3rd base was delayed. This 3rd base was delayed in favor of the 4-gate setup, in favor of all these warp-ins. And what have we done with this army? What have we done with all these gateways? Nothing. We've contained our opponents. Sure, we forced out some bunkers, but we can salvage. We can salvage the bunkers. We can maintain our position. 3rd CC's on the way. Nickrat, he's looking good here. And soon he's going to be able to break out. And when he does, it's going to be on Cristiano to slow down the army and buy time for Colossus. As I say that, the Bay is on the way. Bay is on the way for eventually Colossus production. We're still not there yet, as we take another volley to the face. Yeah, there's the salvage. Gonna be long distance mining here towards the 3rd base. It's soon to be taken. Tanks are sieging up. Good control here from Cristiano. Picks up a handful of Marines. Not bad. Ooh, bleeds out a Stalker though. Bleeds out a Stalker. CC's being thrown down. Nickrat trying to catch out the army. Gets another Stalker. These are some expensive losses here for Cristiano. Leading out 7 Stalkers. Another Stalker goes down. And it's adding up. It's adding up. Scan reveals the Colossus. Cristiano pulling back. Charge is done, thankfully. Charge is done. Cristiano's going to be able to hold his own. And Nickrat pulls back. He wants none of that. Nickrat pulls back just in time. Saves the tanks. Cristiano trying to hunt him down. 2nd Colossus on the way. We're getting there. 4th Nexus as well. Cristiano, he is recovering. And as he moves out, yeah, Nickrat also gets another Stalker. Every time Nickrat stims in, he does catch a Stalker. Speaking of, another Stalker goes down. Cristiano, he's hurting. Zealot Runby is coming in as we bleed out more Stalkers. 11 Stalkers in total. Colossi have arrived, but the tank siege. We start away the army. Zealot Runby comes in, but we have reinforcements, at least at the 3rd base, but on the natural. Now we have them in the natural as well. Cristiano gets 1 SCV. Only 1. Zealots are cleaned up. Nickrat looking for a 4th. Ooh, he gambled a little bit. He did not see the location of the 4th base. Yes, strong. Good volley here on the army. Disruptors are now on the way. We've already reached critical mass of Colossus. We're diving in. Minimite shots going off. Decent connection, but we catch the tanks. Yeah, tanks go down the Colossi, wreaking havoc here on the bio. the same time, though, we're running out of that buffer. First Colossus goes down. Nova does not connect. And Cristiano, he's in a lot of trouble. The start of the fight wasn't too bad. But he did stick around a little bit too long there. Lost all of his Stalkers, lost his Zealots, lost a Colossus, and a Disruptor. And Nickrack is going to keep on pushing towards that fourth. No shield battery. Uh-oh. No shield battery in position. Now it's on the way. Do you have more Disruptors coming out? As Nickrack has to commit, Nova goes off. Oh, a bit of a misclick there from Nickrack. A bit of friendly fire as well. The Novas were lackluster. Disruptors get focused down. Vikings reinforce. They cash out a Colossus. But it looks like Cristiano will hold. Just barely with that overcharge. Does hold on. We can focus on what? No, not even. The Medivacs live. Yeah, Cristiano is distracted by the counterattack. Cristiano forces to split up his army. As we see Nickrack bringing everything together. Now, what's important here is that Cristiano has a good economy. Like, his bases have been interrupted, his worker count is looking solid as well. It's just the army engagements have been a little bit brutal for him. Have been brutal. Another Zealot run by moving out across the map. We don't have much in position back at home, but we have a fourth base getting up and running. Cristiano has not mined through these minerals. A little bit more awkward to harass, but he can move through these. Score base at least. Zealots come in. We have defenses back at home. We clean this up. Nickrack's okay. Now, Cristiano is the first to max out. Has maxed out. We're having an awkward time maneuvering through the Zelnaga. Nickrack's getting ready for a flank. Nova's sending him away. Zealot run by being set up as well. Nova does not connect. Ooh, does graze the army. Takes down a Marauder. Two more Novas go up. They're all on cooldown. Cristiano a little bit too trigger happy here. Disruptors going down. We get 5 Disruptors and a Colossus. Massive pickles. The final Colossus goes down as well. We're down to only a Gateway army. But the Zealot run by pops up. We get 6 SCVs. We don't care. We're pushing in. Decent Nova does connect. Zealots, they do connect with the army though. Good EMP. Stalker's putting in some work. We land the Vikings, but Cristiano, he takes the fight. Who needs robo units? GG gets called across the map. 11, 12 SCVs go down. The Zealot run was too much. And Cristiano takes game number 2. Oh my god. GG. That Zealot run by working wonders, crippling the economy, keeping the reinforcements back at home. And on top of that, even though Nickrack did catch out every Disruptor and every Colossus, he did walk into a 200 supply army. He walked into a reinforcing wave of Zealots. Cristiano was able to take the better trade there. I would say that Nickrack did overextend. He had a really good moment catching all the Disruptors, catching all the Colossus. From there, maybe should have just backed off, reinforced, made sure that he was secure. That was of course when the Zealot run by came in. And Cristiano barely took that fight. GG, but that was a very close game. For the most part, Nickrack was ahead. He was on fire there, but barely wasn't enough. And now Cristiano, he is 1 game away from becoming this month's Hatchery Cup champion. 1 more game is all Cristiano needs. Oh boy. Here we go. Yes, there is that bracket command in the chat if you're interested. Do you have the command? go. As spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of side Delta, we have our red Polish Protoss player. One game away, one more is all he needs to become our champion. Can he win it all here and now? It is Cristiano. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Terran player representing the Platinum Heroes. He needs to fight back here and now to have a chance at forcing that ace match. Can he pull it off? It is Nickeract. Let's go. Let us go. As Nickeract, this entire series, this series specifically, he's been going for 1-1-1s. He's been going for these Banshee-based openers, both in game 1 and in game number 2. He's been avoiding these more greedier styles that he's gone up against, or that he used against Geralt. I'm curious if we switch things up here on side Delta. Side Delta, of course, being much more defendable on 2 bases, going to be a little bit more difficult to pull off a 2-base all-in as well, or aggression in general. So I feel like this would be the moment. It is going to be an economic opener here from Nickeract. Single gas into a CC on the low ground, but the follow-up is what I'm curious about. Whether we go for a 3rd CC or not. Every game so far, it's been 1-1-1 into Banshees. We'll see. Keep an eye on Nickeract. Meanwhile, Cristiano has also been mixing it up as well. Game 1 was a Robo opener into Fast Colossus. Game 2 was 4-gate Blink. And remember, the 4-gate Blink did nothing, by the way. That's why I was saying that Nickeract was ahead. He shut down the 4-gate Blink quite well. Killed the Prism, shut down the Stalkers, applied pressure at the 3rd, caught the Colossus. Like, there was a lot that Nickeract was doing well. But I spoke about this before, like Nickeract's playstyle in this matchup, it's so aggressive. Like, it's so assertive with how he moves out, how he commits. It's like he's always fighting with a knife's edge. It's fun, don't get me wrong, but you know, one wrong move and it can cost you the game. And here we go, Twilight counter opener to Cristiano. 2 games in a row. The Reaper has yet to scout, and there it is, 3CC. Let's go. 3CC into 3 racks. The build that Nickeract used to defeat Geralt, as he did it every game against Geralt in those semifinals. And now finally, he's doing it here against Cristiano. And to be fair, again, I do feel like this is a safe map to do it on. But we'll see. Blink is on the way. How many gateways is the question. I say safe. I feel like just aggression is difficult to pull off here from the Terran side of things. On side Delta, probe goes down. Reaper dives into the main, and it looks like we will confirm the tech, as we already did spot that Twilight counter. So good scout there out of Nickeract. Cristiano, meanwhile, is in the dark. He's not fully aware of what's going on. And Cristiano is setting up for a 2-gate opener into a 3rd. Which means Nickeract is going to get away with it. There it is. 3rd base has been thrown down, which means Nickeract is not going to be punished. He will get away with the 3CC into 3 racks. Oh boy. And now the onus is on Cristiano. Can he defend his 3rd base? Now the power of this build here, as it is greedy, it is economic, that is true. But because we're not being punished by Blinkstalker aggression, Nickeract is going to have a stim timing. Going to have a stim timing with, what is it, 5 to 7 Marauders? Like a hefty Marauder count, making 2 Marauders at a time. And this first move out hits like a truck. We'll see if Cristiano has enough to defend. But now working towards Blink. 2 gateways, 3rd base on the way. Cristiano getting in position to defend against any kind of drop play. There we go, just fanning out his detection, his vision. Stalkers, observers. And as he gets across the map, he's going to be able to get a read on what's been happening. He's going to realize the build that Nickeract has gone for. And he will need to prepare back at home. We do need some shield batteries. Not right now, but for the push. Behind this forge, the base on the way for Colossus. Observer does get eyes on all the Marines. Could still be a straight up 3 racks. As Nickrat keen eyes there. Does spot the Observer. Cristiano cannot get close. If he does, we're going to see a scan. We can see Cristiano still trying to find a way in, but Nickrat keeping up at every turn. As I say, that does pull back. Third base now being taken. As Cristiano goes in, the CC moves out. Do get eyes on the factory. Yeah, with that factory timing, now we know. Now we know what's going on. The factory is so late. We are aware of the greed and of the build. And here comes the Marine Marauder. Again, 7 Marauders here. Sorry, we're up to 10 now. Jesus. 10 Marauders for Nickrat. We force out a stim. Looks like we picked off 1 Stalker. Oh! Quite getting the other. Colossus are amassing. We do have a safety shield battery at the 3rd. As the Observer got caught. Observer did get shut down. Nickrat looks like he wants that Stalker and he's gonna get it. Stalker goes down. And Nickrat getting punished here. Making sure he gets a Marauder, but I believe Nickrat should be able to get another Stalker. Oh, not quite. Here we go. Cristiano working on his 4th. Now he's up to 2 Colossi. Sentries on the way for force fields. Zealots as well. Do we have charge? We do not have charge. Those are going to be slow lots for now. Cristiano just warping in whatever he can. Moving out. And we don't have Colossus yet. Sorry, I meant to say we don't have any kind of Vikings yet, is what I meant to say. We have 2 Colossi. We're pushing. No Vikings, no tanks. That is a lot of bio. And we can always pull the boys if need be. There we go. 2nd starport on the way. It's going to be for mass Viking production from Nickrat. But he needs more time. As we bully back the army, we have force fields. Yeah, we can take control of the high ground. Nickrat zoned away completely. There's the beginning of the force fields here. And we throw them down. And we catch out a good amount of bio. Now we have to retreat. Yeah, that's all the force fields we had. Cristiano backs up. And Nickrat bleeds out 7 STVs but maintains his position. And there it is. Making 4 Vikings at a time. With the reactor starports. Ghost Academy is on the way for Ghost production eventually. Vikings are amassing. There they are, 4 at a time. Shannon pushing in, but running into a concave. Shannon needs to respect it. Rotating around, he's up to 4 Colossus. Oh, that's a bit much. Okay. Moving up to 4. Once again, now positioning the army, though. Gets a couple of swipes off. Nova goes off, connects with the army. And charge is done. Nickrat, he's caught out of position. He's caught off guard before the Vikings come out. We collapse here on the Marines and the Marauders, and Cristiano is snowballing out of control. 5 Colossus, oh my god. GG gets caught as Cristiano, he breaks on through, and he will take the series 3-0, becoming this month's Hatchery Cup champion. GG. GG, very well played here. Cristiano, he did come in as one of the favorites for this tournament. So did Geralt, to be fair. And Cristiano, checking his map history here. Cristiano did not drop a single map. He did not drop a singular map in this tournament. Very well done. Very dominant performance here amongst all the other competitors. Meanwhile, shout out to Nickrat. Nickrat, he may not have taken a map and he may have gone down in this series, but it was a very entertaining series, very back and forth, very aggressive play here at Nickrat. He had some really strong moments, especially in Game 2. I still believe that Nickrat is a world out there where Nickrat wins Game 2 as well. Get a very strong start. But Cristiano, he has been on the rise as of late. He's been doing very well for himself. And again, Nickrat, you can see the run here. He took down Art. He took down Geralt. Went up against Cristiano in the finals. These are some big Protoss players. Nickrat did well for himself. GG. GG, well played. Nickrat did well making it to the finals. May not have won, but had an impressive run nonetheless. Congratulations. Congratulations to not just our top 2, but our top 4. Shameless and Geralt also walk away with some money. Geralt did take down Shameless 2-0. Geralt comes in as 3rd. Shameless comes in as 4th. And with that, we do wrap up our broadcast here for tonight. 3 events back to back to back. Sea Duckling Open into World Team League into Hatchery Cup. It is almost 4 a.m. Our sleep schedule is ruined. It's almost 4 a.m., Papi. Ay, ay, ay. It's almost 4 a.m. Time to go to bed, wake up, and do it all again. Tomorrow, we're going to be back with Sparkling Tuna Cup and World Team League. 2 broadcasts back-to-back tomorrow. Not 3, thankfully. It's not going to be 3 broadcasts like today, but it is going to be 2. And, yeah, with that, I guess we'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow for Sparkling Tuna Cup and for World Team League. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching as well. We do appreciate all of the support. Thank you so much. And yeah, we'll see you for Sparkling Tuna Cup. Again, Sparkling Tuna Cup features these very players. We should be seeing some Eba, some Cristiano, some Geralt, some Nickrat, and I imagine some Koreans as well. Look forward to it. Do look forward to it. Otherwise, thank you for watching. I'm going to be going off to bed. Again, it is always 4 a.m. I need to get some rest for tomorrow. See you then. See you tomorrow. Hasta luego, papi. Hasta luego. You can follow us on all the social medias, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord. ! Socials in the chat for a link to all of our social media. And yeah, until then, see you tomorrow for some more StarCraft. Hasta luego. Good night, everyone. Bid you adieu. Huh.